So good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm actually early. From when I scheduled this, 15 seconds early. So there you go. I'm not always late, am I? But good afternoon to everyone. It is an absolute scorcher in England today. It's mid-20s already. And I need to top on my tan. I'm looking a bit pale, I can't lie. But I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all staying safe and alert. I hope everyone's having a great day. But yeah, it's I don't know what I've done here. I don't know what I've done. I pressed the wrong button, so but there we go. Anyway, listen, we're going to talk about a couple of players. Mkhitaryan, we're going to come to him shortly, but there's a couple of players that are linked to us today. I'm going to speak about the first one, and that is a guy that I watched the other day, a guy called Moussa Diaby. Now, I'd never heard of this guy in my life. I didn't have a clue who he was. I was watching the Leverkusen game the other night, and I was really, really impressed with this bloke. He seemed very, very tricky, very confident on the ball, a little bit raw, a little bit rugged, a little bit not the finished article, but he was very, very skillful. And the ball he put into the box, the skill that he done for their first goal, which Kai Havertz put in the back of the net. What a header, by the way. But the little bit of skill, little ball rolls, stuff like that, and then he's just burst past the geezer down the right-hand side and whipped in one of the best crosses you'll see this season. What a cross. Kai Havertz, he stuck it on the plate for him, bang, back of the net. In the second half, he did get another assist as well. In the second half, he switched to the left-hand side. I don't feel like he was that impressive in the second half. I think maybe he got a little bit tired. Obviously, it was the first game back for Leverkusen as well. So I do feel like he maybe got a little bit tired in the second half. But the one thing I will say is that he's got the pace, he's got the trickery. I'm not one of these people that gets all like hype over a player after watching him once. But I was very, very impressed with what he did the other night. And Arsenal are linked to him. He was formerly at PSG. And his record this season, actually, for Leverkusen is pretty decent. He's bagged 5 goals and 8 assists in all competitions, which is not too bad considering he's played 20-odd games. So not bad. The fee for this one's around £25 million. Do we need an attacking player in that mould, though? Do we need somebody that's a forward? For me, personally, I feel like we need a left forward. We've got Saka there. I'd rather see Martinelli playing up front. So for me, I've said it all summer. Well, it's not even summer yet, really, officially, is it? But I've said it since January. We need somebody on the left-hand side. That's my opinion. Somebody who can play on that side. Somebody who can just take a man on. And this guy was doing it with ease, absolute ease the other night. It was just too easy for the geezer. Obviously, the opposition he was up against were not that great. I get that. But for 25 million quid, I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. Let's move on to the next player that I want to speak about. And that is, it's not Patrick Kluivert, although it does look the spitting image of Patrick Kluivert. It is Justin Kluivert. Now, he's obviously at Roma. He's not done too bad since he's been there, to be fair. He's only 21. He's a year older than Diaby. Again, he can play left or right-hand side. This season, he's taken part in 27 games. He's got 2 assists, but he's bagged 7 goals. 6 of them goals have come from playing left side. That's where he does most of his work. For Roma, since he's been there, 62 games, 9 goals, 10 assists, which for somebody so young is not actually too bad, is it? He's contributed in 1 in 3 games. He either gets a goal or an assist, which is not too bad. But the stories today that are going around suggest that Arsenal are looking to perhaps do a swap deal plus 13 million for him for Mkhitaryan going the opposite way. Now, Mkhitaryan, as we know, is on loan at Roma. He's not done bad since he's been there either, to be fair. And he wants to stay there, which is fantastic because we want him to stay there. But Roma want him as well. They don't want to pay what we want to charge him. We want around 20 million quid, 20 million euro. We ain't getting that, let's be real. But can we do a deal where we bring in a left forward in Justin Kluivert? I've seen Justin Kluivert play a few times. I've been impressed with him. Again, I don't think he's the finished article by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think he's polished enough. But with the right coaching and in a team that's better than Roma, people can debate that. I do think we are better than Roma. Then I do think that we could potentially move forward with him. It gets Mkhitaryan's wages off the wage bill, which if you think about it, it's 200 grand a week. That is 10 million quid in itself. So let's suppose that we put Mkhitaryan over at Roma, said, yeah, cool, 10 million. We've got 10 million in, but we've also saved 10 million. That 10 million goes towards Justin Kluivert in the £13 million fee, because they don't want to pay more than 10 million for Mkhitaryan. So they're basically valuing Kluivert around 23 million. Getting Mkhitaryan out would mean that we have to pay out 3 million extra plus Kluivert's wages over the length of the contract. For me, that's a no-brainer. How much is he going to take in wages? Let's say he's on 60 grand a week. That's 3 million a year. Do it for 5 years. Yeah, that's 15 million plus the 3 million difference between Mkhitaryan's wages and what they value him at. It's not bad, is it? 20 odd million quid for a very up and coming star. So if he turns out half as good as his dad did, then we'd be getting a very, very good player. But it remains to be seen what happens. The transfer window is open in about 2.5 weeks from now, 3 weeks, I think. I think it opens on the 10th of June. We've been linked with just about everyone. Draxler is another one we've been linked to. There's a surprise, Julian Draxler. We're linked to everyone. Will we sign anyone? That's the question. I don't know. I'm not in charge of the purse strings at Arsenal. What I do know is that that we do need to go and get rid of some players, and Mkhitaryan is one of them players that we need to get rid of. He definitely has to get off the books. For me, it is ridiculous that we even signed him on that much money. Ridiculous that we even swapped him for Alexis. I mean, come on. Seriously, for me, that's just a joke. But I'd love to know what you guys think, so I'm going to read out some of your comments. Don't forget, I will be playing FIFA today. Yeah, baby. We got Werner the Burner up front for Newcastle. We got Gabriel Jesus, whatever you want to call him. We got him at number 10. We completely nosed up the transfer window. We haven't got a goalkeeper. We've got a 74 rated keeper in goal. But there we go. Let me read some of your comments out. What's Graham? Big up yourself on Facebook. If you could share the post, buddy, that'd be great. It says, Lee, are you worried about Stan's money grabbing way with the new LA stadium and whatnot? To be honest with you, I did a stream about this last night. If you want to go and check it out, mate, I was speaking about Stan Kroenke. He gets a lot of bad press, but billionaires tend to borrow money off of their assets. They don't tend to use their money that's in the bank. Most billionaires ain't got billions of pounds in the bank. I do want him to get out. I do want somebody else in, but he doesn't take money out of Arsenal. So until he does, I ain't going to sit and moan about him. But I get why people moan. But at the end of the day, for me, I look at every side of it and then I give my opinion on it. I don't just get sucked in with somebody who's got hundreds of thousands of followers online. I don't tend to go down that route. Just because they've got big following don't mean that it's the truth, what they're saying. So I tend to look at the ins and outs of everything. And for me, when you compare our spending to Leicester, and they've got a better team than us, we spent more last summer than they have since they won the title. In fact, Leicester City's squad cost less than Mesut Ozil, their first 11. So I don't know, man. Then you compare it to Liverpool. We've spent 27 million quid less than Liverpool in the last 5 seasons. We've spent double what Chelsea have spent. Our wage bill is bigger than Chelsea. So I want to see what he does this summer. I want to see what he allows the club to do this summer. It's going to be very interesting to see how much we spend. But good question, mate. And Kunku was not a bad shout. Far better than Nketiah. Says Beast Titan. He's not a bad player, that guy. I can't lie. He's a decent player. Big up Connor in the chat. Hope you're well, mate. Go and subscribe to Connor if you haven't already. Rusty Con Gaming. He's on his Call of Duty one. So go and subscribe to him. And Lee, sun first or FIFA, bro? I ain't got time to sun myself. When I finish this, I've got to do a Premier League video that I'm going to upload. Then I'm going to play FIFA. When I come off of that, I'll then be doing a 5 o'clock stream. Download HOTMIC if you haven't. The link is at the top of the stream. It's pinned. It's free to download. Download it. Use my code Lee632. I'll be streaming solely on there just to that platform at 7 o'clock tonight. So all go and download that, and then I'll be back again at 9 o'clock on here. So I've got a busy day, unfortunately, mate. I can't sum myself, but it is what it is. I'm not going to cry about it. We move on. Would you swap Laka for Partey? Yes, I would, 100%. And Nkunku is the only player Emery can really say that he wanted. Well, that depends, Ilias. It depends what you believe, because he wanted Zaha. Yeah, even though I didn't want Zaha, he wanted Zaha. Yeah, and he said that he wanted somebody to win games now, not Pepe that can win us games in a year or 2 years' time. So you got to go and get him. You got to go and get him Zaha. It's as simple as that. But he wanted Thomas Partey, he wanted Fabinho, and we ended up getting Torreira. He wanted Harry Maguire. We gave him David Luiz and Socrates. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not privy to that information. Is Emery lying? That's up to you to decide. Would you keep Cedric Suarez, says Football Hypes? Yeah, I would. I would, mate. I would keep him. He can cross the ball and he can defend. So that makes him better than what we've got. It's too early to judge Emery's reign. It was too early to judge Emery's reign. He didn't get the players he wanted, says Taib. Afternoon, teammate. I agree. I agree. Like, listen, at the end of the day, he had to get sacked. I get that. I wanted him sacked in the end. But when you look back now and then see what we've got now in terms of Arteta and everyone saying we've got to give him time and money, nobody was saying time and money for Unai Emery. It was, oh, it's Unai Emery. He can barely speak English properly. He can't communicate. He's lost the dressing room. He's dropped Mesut Ozil. And everyone just got on the hype train. For me, I think now looking back at it, maybe I jumped the gun a little bit by wanting him sacked. I think he was half decent. I think the players are the biggest issue. And I've said that for a long time. But there we go. The club's transfer policy is a joke, says Ebby. Yeah, our recruitment's shocking, mate. The recruitment is an absolute disgrace. Hopefully that changes this summer. Martinelli can make it in the left wing. I'd rather see him up front. I'd rather see him up front. Would you sell Laka to buy a centre-back and move Martinelli to the left and Abba up front, says Ersin. Well, listen, I'd rather see Martinelli up front. But I would sell Lacazette, 100%, mate. 100%. A lot of people said Emery needed time, but he had to go at the end, says Jules. The problem is, let's suppose the next season, not the end of this season, the next season, we're getting into that top four, we bottle it, we get to Europa League final, we bottle it, then we start poorly the next season. Will everyone have the same level of hype to get Arteta out as they did to get Emery out? I'm not so sure they will. They'll all blame the players, they'll blame the owner and stuff like that. But I don't know. Hopefully we do get in the Champions League. Not that I really care, but it maybe bring some more money in. I actually do like the Europa League. I think the Europa League's decent. We have a chance to win it. Afternoon, Sergio. How's tricks, baby? How's tricks? What are your thoughts on Alphonso Davies? Very, very talented, mate. What a player. People were giving him time in the beginning, and it's only the beginning of Arteta. Like I said last time, we don't know what is happening in 6 months. Well, listen, we don't know what's happening in 6 months. And do you know what? It's kind of halted what Arteta wanted to do, all of this, because we were starting to get wins and move up. Well, not move up the table, but we were starting to get points on the board. We moved from 10th to 9th, I think, didn't we? But we were starting to get wins. Would you take LVD? Yes, I would take him, bruv. Do you know what? I like the fact that we're linked to so many youngsters. I like that. I think that that's somewhere the club needs to go. Yeah. It's not all about these players that are 26, 27, 28. Couldn't care less about them. Yes, it's nice to get a couple in here and there, but I want that whole team to just go the 21s, 22s, 23s, because that's how you're going to build a winning team. Get everyone playing together, and then if it comes to a point where you've played Joe Willock after 6 months and you think he's dog shit, you can then get rid of him and go and get somebody better in that position. Give him a go. Give him 6 months. Give him 8 months. Give him a season. Yeah, I'm just using him as an example. Put Tierney at left back if he stays fit. Sweet, we've got a quality left back. You know, go and put Saliba in at centre back. But the problem we have is we're so desperate to win that every player we're linked to is suddenly world class. Do you know what I mean? It just makes me laugh. Random Process says the current situation demands cheap and young players. Maybe that's a blessing. 100% agree, mate. 100%. Do smash a like up on the video if you haven't already. I would appreciate that. Do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Where will we finish next season? Ask me again at the end of the summer, Homer, when we've done our shopping. Ask me in September. We need John McGinn from Villa. His work rate is immense and he scores goals from midfield. Win-win. Big up, Ash. Hope you well, mate. He's not a bad player, is he? I think he scored against us, didn't he? There's a surprise. But there we go. Afternoon, Lee. I love your content. What have I missed? Out shopping with the in-laws. What was your thinking on the Mickey swap deal? I'd take that swap deal all day long and 13 million quid, mate. All day long. 13 million for Kluivert plus Mkhitaryan. All day long, I'd do that. Where do you think Sancho will end up? Where do I think Sancho will end up? Man United. I think he will end up at United. I think that they'll pay the money for him. It'll be done and dusted. They'll pay the money. They've got the money, regardless of what's going on at the moment. They've got the dough to do it. So, Cantro Skula, hope you're well, baby. Says 3rd to 5th, depending on who we can sign. Sentiment's been the biggest problem. Yeah, it's the biggest problem in the fan base, the club, and everything connected to Arsenal. You know, we sit there lauding up average players and then ask why there's no ambition at the football club. Well, I said this yesterday, the ambition starts from the fans. So there we go. Would you take Florenzi? Nope. Nope, I wouldn't. Do you think the season will resume and run smoothly? I do, actually. I actually do. I think that 6 negative tests out of 748 people, that ain't bad. Yeah, I said yesterday, if people think there was going to be no positive tests, they're very naive. But I do think it'll run smoothly. And do you think Chelsea will finish top 4? It's gone off my screen. Top 4 when the season resumes. The top 4 now is the top 4, in my opinion. Do you rate Alexander Isak? Yes. Yes, I do. He's actually done all right over in Spain, isn't he? He's actually done very well. It took him a while to get going, but he's doing all right. And he's still young. The thing that worries me with that guy is he's had quite a few football clubs already, isn't he? You know, there's a reason for that. Is it his attitude? I don't know. But there's a reason why he's had 3 or 4 clubs already and he's only 20 years old. Or 20, yeah, I think he's 20, isn't he? Emmanuel Dennis or Eduard? Eduard, bruv. Big up yourself. Would you take Malcolm? Nope. No. I'd take Thomas Lemar, though. I would take Thomas Lemar. Like I said, I do think we need a left-sided player. No, I'm currently in Wolverhampton, mate, and it's scorching today. It is like the Costa del Sol. I need to get my tan game on. I'm getting a bit pale out here. So, yeah, there we go. Anyway, I'm going to do a few more minutes of this. I am going to wrap this up in a minute. So don't forget, the Premier League video will be out in about an hour. I'll be streaming FIFA in about an hour. The gaming channel link is downstairs in the description. Don't forget, download HOTMIC. Do that right now. The link is at the top of the chat. It's free to download on your phone. Doesn't matter whether you're on Android or Apple, it's free. Use my code Lee623. I'll be streaming solely on that platform at 7 o'clock tonight. So come join in on that. It's free to do. When football's on and I'm doing a watch along, you can pair your TV up to be banging time with my stream. It is sick. You can sync your phone up so that you can listen to me talking about the game. So if, like, let's say, for example, if you're 4 minutes ahead of me in the game, you can pause your TV, wait till I'm then on that point, unpause it, it'll sync, and it'll tell you exactly how far in front or behind you are. Yeah, and then if you're behind, then obviously, you know, you compare it up as well. So yeah, it's good, man. It's really sick. And a lot of you have followed me on that. Nearly 200 people on that already. So do keep following that. I would appreciate it. Let's read 3 more comments out. Do smash the likes up as well while you're at it. That would be very helpful. Big up Jason and Kerry in the chat. The GOAT of live streams. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Love you, bruv. Would you take Kochu? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Do you rate Pulisic? No, I genuinely don't. I don't rate him. I've never rated him. Overhyped. Overhyped. I'm going to do one more comment. This is not going to be the one more comment. Pulisic over Pepe this season. Pulisic has played 10 less games and has better stats. Bruv, this is why I don't look at stats, my friend. Mustafi has better defending stats than Virgil van Dijk. So yeah, that's why I don't look at stats. I use these here. And I sit there like that going, oh my God, he's gone slipping and sliding in like he's at the water park again. What the fuck is Mustafi doing? So yeah, I don't tend to do the stats thing, mate. Stats for goals is all right. But yeah. Right, I'm going to do one more comment. Right, there's the comment. Big up my boy, Sate. Hope you're well, man. Hope the family's well. I've been saying it for a while. The fans don't have the winning mentality anymore. It's more important to support Ozil than Arsenal. Well, it is to some, unfortunately. Listen, I'm going to wrap this stream up. Thank you to everybody who has watched live. I do appreciate it. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe to the gaming channel. Newcastle career mode in an hour from now. Premier League video will be out on this channel in about an hour. 5 o'clock, I'll be back streaming again on here. 7 o'clock on HOTMIC only. So go and download that app. It's free. Use my code and then follow me. And then 9 o'clock, I'll be streaming again. So unfortunately, even though it's a beautiful sunny day, I've got to work. So there we go. I can't wait till everything goes back to normal and I can just do 2 half-hour streams a day again. It'll be so nice. But there we go. Anyway, listen, thank you to everyone who has watched. And I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.